Sammy moved into an old apartment, lured by the strangely cheap rent. The building had an aura. An oppressive weight seemed to sink into the walls. It wasn't long before Sammy discovered the sinister secret behind the affordability: the mirror. An ancient, ornate mirror, massive and imposing, hung ominously in the bedroom, corners etched with cryptic carvings. The first night he slept there, Sammy stirred in his sleep. Whispers slithered into his ears, soft enough to be mistaken for the breeze outside. But the wind doesn't utter unspeakable things, does it? Night after night, the whispers grew, their voices more insistent, louder, weaving around his sanity like vines in an abandoned garden. Desperation clawed at him. Sammy attempted to cover the mirror, convinced that it held some ungodly power. But each morning he awoke, the cloth lay crumpled on the floor, as if offended by his feeble attempt to mask the supernatural. Each time, the mirror remained pristine, as if someone had lovingly polished its surface, preparing for its next victim. One night, deep in the clutches of half-consciousness, a flicker of movement jolted him awake. In the mirror, there stood a man. He wasn't just standing, but he loomed behind Sammy, in the space he knew was empty. Heart pounding, Sammy turned to confront the intruder, but the room was empty, save for his shadow, trembling in the corner. He turned back to the mirror, hoping desperate pleas could somehow render the illusion harmless. The man remained, grinning malevolently, seeming to leech on his Sammy's soul. In that twisted smile, Sammy saw horrors yet to come. Sammy fled, frantic and fearful. Neighbors looked with puzzled eyes until an old lady, wrapped in layers of grime and age, leaned into him with a murmur. The last tenant died in the room. The last thing he ever saw was his face in that mirror. The fear in Sammy was potent and painted the walls a shade of terror. And then he vanished. The mirror, though, remains a chilling sentinel of the haunted apartment. Those who dare stay will see something impossible to explain, yet undeniable in its horror.